What's up, everybody, man? It's your boy, Mr. Duga, coming at y'all with another video, man. And tonight, man, I'm going to talk about tonight's national championship game. You had the number 2 ranked Clemson Tigers beating the number 1 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide 44-16. Wow. And before I get into this game, man, I just want to let all of you Alabama fans know, as far as when it comes to your football team, I don't like y'all. I can't stand y'all. I hate the fact that y'all is playing in this game instead of LSU. Quite honestly, I take a little joy in this game that y'all lost. You know. Um, yeah, the game started off, man. Tua throws a pick six to Terrell from Clemson to give Clemson a 7-0 lead. Then Tua comes back and hits a long, like 62-yard touchdown pass to Judy to tie the game up at 7. Then you had Travis Etienne, Louisiana native, from Clemson getting a rushing touchdown to give Clemson a 14-7 lead. Then you had Tua hitting the tight end, number 84, I can't remember his name, to cut the lead to 14-13, and the extra point was no good, so the score remained 14-13. Then you had Alabama kicking a field goal to take a 16-14 lead, and it was all downhill from there, yo. Another rushing touchdown by Etienne to give Clemson a 21-16 lead. A little short touchdown reception by Etienne to give Clemson a 28-16 lead. A field goal by Clemson to give them a 31-16 lead. And that was your score at the half. Then you had a long touchdown catch and run by Ross to give Clemson a 37-16 lead from Trevor Lawerence, aka Sunshine. Then you had aka Sunshine hitting Higgins on a touchdown and make the score 44-16. And that was your final score, Clemson 44, Alabama 16. Wow. It was the worst loss by far in Nick Saban's coaching career at the University of Alabama. Man, I gotta say this. I'm surprised at this game, man. This game is just, as us being LSU and being part of this SEC and being a first-hand witness of Alabama's dominance over these last 10 years or so. I am very surprised to see them get beat down the way they did tonight, man. Like, they got really beat down, yo. That is, like, surprising, yo. Trevor Lawrence, a.k.a. Sunshine, yo. This guy may be the best freshman quarterback probably since Michael Vick. The best freshman quarterback that I've ever seen in my lifetime. Probably since Michael Vick. Wow. Like, the guy is tall. He has an arm. He's accurate. He even could move around. He's even a little mobile. He got swagger. Like, what else do you need in the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft? Like, what else do you need? And it's crazy he has not 1, 2 more years left to play. NCAA football, wow. How about the receiver Ross, who is an Alabama native? You know, like, they get to kind of see how it feel a little bit to have one of their own come back and haunt them. Like, LSU fans are used to seeing Louisiana kids over there at Alabama hunt us all the time. It's rare you see Alabama kids get away from the state of Alabama and go play somewhere else and put it to Alabama. What a performance by Ross, man. You talking about another potential first-round draft pick? This guy is tall. He has great hands. He was out there clowning, making one-handed catches. He showed great speed. He showed great route running ability. That's another first round pick you have right there. Those two freshmen just absolutely dominated this game, man. I ain't never seen like nobody do this to Alabama, man. I've seen them lose, obviously, tight contested, but I've never seen nobody put on a show like they did, man. And granted, I've been saying all year long, like this Alabama's defense hasn't been as dominant as Alabama defenses in the past, typically because of their back end. If you could block their front four, their front seven, there's plays to be made down the field. I mean, and then in the linebacking core, I mean, Dylan Moses, those guys, they're nice, but they're not as great as the Alabama, as like the Reuben Fosters and C.J. Mosleys of the world that they had before, you know. Um, Wow, yo, wow. Clemson got a nice thing going. Like Clemson really could make a real run at this thing the next 2 years. First off, the ACC is very, very weak. There's really no competition in the ACC. Florida State was their best competition, but Jimbo has left. I mean, unless Willie Taggart could come with a miraculous turnaround, like they look like they're gonna just win the ACC the next 2 years. Like you, unless they have some type of catastrophic injury, you can mark them down for the playoff the next 2 years because they're gonna win their conference. And you got this quarterback coming back and that receiver, and you even got ETN for at least one more year, yo. Now I know they're gonna lose some people defensively, but Dabo, shout out to Dabo, man. Wow, like Dabo. Dabo getting it done over there, man. Dabo putting players in the NFL. Dabo winning national championships. Dabo is recruiting first round, number one overall pick type of quarterbacks over there. You know, how you go from Deshaun Watson basically in 2 years to Trevor Lawerence to Sunshine. Man, Sunshine is something serious, man. A lot of NFL teams gonna probably be tanking in 2 years to try to get Sunshine, man. Like, let that be known, yo. That's crazy, man. Great performance by the Clemson Tigers. And defensively, man, to not let Alabama score a point in the second half, to fool Tua the way they did, because Tua is a rhythm quarterback that likes to anticipate. And for them to mix up, to make it look like they're doing one thing and to do another thing to fool them, that was a great defensive game plan by Brett Venables. Great performance all the way around, man. Great performance. Like that, they shocked the world tonight. Not only I ain't think they would win, especially by convincingly like that. Shout out to the Clemson Tigers. Shout out to their fan base, man. Great game. And as far as Alabama, I mean, they'll be back. Like, I mean, they'll be back. Hey, it ain't like they just got their butts kicked, yo. Like, they fell victim to what they've done to other teams, like LSU over the years. Beat them down. They got beat down tonight. But, I mean, they got Tua coming back. They got all those receivers coming back. They got the tight ends, the majority of the running backs. You know, they're going to lose Queinnen Williams on the defensive line. Their secondary was very young. That's another thing you could look at, too. They talented, but they was very young and inexperienced. So, you know, that has a little bit to do with them getting beat like they did. But, I mean, Nick Saban, this Alabama team, they're going to be back. I mean, they got talent over there. Tua will be back another year. He ain't have a good game tonight, but he'll be back another year. In case something up with him, apparently, unless Jalen Hurts transfer, he'll be back next year. Those, like I said, they'll be all right. It just was a beatdown. They just took it on the chin tonight. By a team that just played better. It's a strong possibility that these teams may be playing in a national championship game again. Hopefully, it'll be nice if LSU could get in these playoffs, but it's a strong chance that Alabama and Clemson going to be in this playoff. If not in the national championship game, they both going to be in the playoff again. It's a very strong possibility of that. Especially Clemson. I mean, Alabama got a little tougher road, though they've been dominating the SEC. LSU is going to be much better next year. You know, A&M gonna be better. Georgia gonna still be solid. Florida, you know, there's really good. The SEC gonna be better overall next year. But the ACC is the Clemson Invitational. So Clemson is gonna be back, and it's a strong chance Alabama gonna be back. They just, like I said, they just got whipped. They got blocked up front, and they ran up against a top NFL quarterback. He's just not old enough to go yet. But this guy is a NFL Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. Like he's like a Peyton Manning-ish type of quarterback. Sunshine is something serious. And usually when Alabama, you know, sometimes run across these type of quarterbacks, like they could be had. It's just that they got had tonight. We ain't used to seeing this, but they got really had tonight. But Alabama, they'll be back. But congratulations to the Alabama, you know, team and their fans on another great season of getting to another national championship game. It's a real rivalry. This is like some Golden State Warriors, Cleveland Cavaliers when LeBron James was the Cavaliers type of stuff. They beat each other. They take turns beating each other, and this is something that, you know, as an LSU fan, I wish we could get to that point where, but they ain't just getting there every year. Where some years we beating them, they beat us. We beat them, they beat us, and that's what Clemson doing. Clemson is an inspiration to not only LSU but to every other major college program out there. They're showing how to get it. You need great quarterback play and talent. You need talent and great quarterback play. Um, Hopefully LSU could be on that level as them. But like I said, Alabama, they just got beat tonight. It's nothing serious. It's not like they got major issues over there. You know, yeah, you could point at the secondary. Tua had a bad game. He had a bad game. The secondary, you could point at the secondary, but I feel like they'll be all right because they're just young. But yeah, shout out to them. But once again, big shout out to the Clemson Tigers, your 2018-2019 national champions. Dabo Swinney's second national title in 3 years, man. He got a great thing going over there. He is the gold standard over there at Clemson, and that's the only team that could consistently compete and beat Alabama right now. Shout out to them, yo. Congrats, you know, and salute Clemson, national champs. But with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all tonight. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Go on, give me a subscribe, man. I'm gonna have NCAA content throughout the season. Y'all have a blessed one. Go Tigers.